Today at Nottingham Field in Greeley, Colorado, it's a classic battle between David and Goliath. Playing the role of Goliath are the 6-1 Bobcats of Montana State. David, the 0-7 Bears of Northern Colorado. What remains to be seen is, will Goliath rewrite the ending with a victory? Or can David fulfill his destiny and give Ernest Collins his first win as the Bears head coach? Find out next on the Big Sky Conference Game of the Week, right here on Altitude.
And that's a huge catch. And play after the catch. A lot of time. Fires for the end zone. Catch made. They won't catch him. Into the end zone. 100 yards. Touchdown.
Well, it's a little bit overcast. Sun is poking through, but otherwise a beautiful fall afternoon here in Greeley, Colorado. The tailgating is coming to a conclusion. Kickoff just minutes away. Altitude Sports and Entertainment proud to present the Big Sky Conference Game of the Week. Today it's the third-ranked Montana State Bobcats taking on the Northern Colorado Bears. Hi, everybody, and welcome. Along with the world's tallest football announcer, Scott Hastings, I am Chris Marlowe. Well, suffice it to say, the Big Sky Conference is heating up. Just 5 weeks remaining in the regular season. A number of teams still have a chance to win the title, but right now, Montana State looking good.
Well, we're going to see these guys a couple times over the next 3 weeks or so. In Montana State, they lose that first game of the year against Utah. They rolled off, as you can see, 6 in a row, including being the defending national champs last year. 4 in the conference. This team is leading the way, and everybody, including Northern Colorado, is looking up, chasing them.
Montana State has a terrific, high-powered offense. Their quarterback, maybe the best in the conference, Denarius McGee. He throws the ball to your man, Elvis Akpla.
Well, I tell you what, these two guys have a combination going right now that you want at any level, at any division. Akla's already got 8 touchdown receptions on the year. Northern Colorado has 9 as a team, and I tell you, when you got a quarterback that trusts the receiver, a Montana Rice, you know good things happen for your offense.
Speaking of Northern Colorado, still winless on the season at 0-7, but the Bears are improving, especially on offense. Their quarterback, Seth Lobato, throwing for over 400 yards last week.
Well, we saw these guys on their first Big Sky game of the year. They have gotten better. The key for these guys, they've got to get off to quicker starts. To find themselves in hole too early in the first half and having to come back. Lobato has gotten more confident. He's starting to play better. Walker's his favorite receiver, but it is key for them to stay on the field, convert those third downs, and keep that Montana State Bobcat offense off the field.
You are one tall man. Are you ready to go?
I want to go get one of those hamburgers.
All right, it should be a good one. Montana State and Northern Colorado here at Nottingham Field when we come back. But the lineups and the kick for you. Stay tuned. The Nottingham Field in Greeley getting set for Montana State and Northern Colorado. Now time to welcome in the third member of our broadcast crew. It's Maya Starks. Hello, Maya.
Hey, guys. Well, it's definitely not the script that UNC head coach Ernest Collins Jr. would have written in his first-year return to his alma mater, but the Bears are 0-7. But Coach Collins says part of his job in rebuilding this program is keeping up morale during that process.
Even though the record's 0-7, the kids are continually trying to get better, and we just got to continue to focus on that and not get too down on them. I had some great advice from Joe Glenn, my old head coach, and he told me, says, Ernest, he said, when you got a thoroughbred, you whip them till you get to the finish line because they're going to run hard for you. He said, when you don't quite have that caliber yet, he said, you got to, kind of, take it easy on them a little bit, show them what they're doing wrong, and keep trying to get them better.
With some of the Ernest Collins Jr. with some of the great analogies so far. We've been having a lot of fun with him, and a lot of history between these two teams, Montana State and UNC. This rivalry dates all the way back to the 1920s. In fact, these two teams met every year between 1936 and 1956. Not to mention UNC got their first ever Big Sky victory versus Montana State, upsetting the then 19th ranked Bobcats back in 2007. So a little history for you guys. Chris, Scott, back up to you.
Thanks, Maya. And certainly a tough assignment today. Rob Ash, one of the most respected coaches in the country. He's in his 32nd year of coaching, his 5th year with Montana State, 205 wins. He's 17 on the all-time active list. And of course, Ernest Collins, in his first season, he was a standout player. Of course, for Northern Colorado, had stints at Northwest Missouri State, Kansas, Central Florida, and then 2 years at Alcorn State before coming home.
And just hearing that soundbite with Maya, it's some maturity and growth in Ernest Collins as well. You come in here and you want instant change. You completely redo the offense, and you expect good things to happen right away. Sometimes you got to step back. You heard him. You talked to Coach Glenn, who won some national championships here at UNC. Step back and go, okay, let's reassess, let's stay positive, and as my good friend Coach Suter tells me, just coach them up.
All right, set, ready to go. Kicking off Mason Puckett, number 40 for the Northern Colorado Bears. Deep to return, Akpla and Sean Johnson. Now check it, it's Everett Gilbert who takes it inside his 5, makes his way up the sideline, and he's out of bounds just across the 25. John Ledette making the special teams play. Well, Montana State has at quarterback Denarius McGee, number 9. He's 6 feet, 213 pounds, a sophomore from Euless, Texas. He was last year's Player of the Year in the Big Sky. He threw for 3,100 yards and 23 touchdowns, and he's picked up right where he left off this year, having another sensational season. So 1st and 10, fake the ball to Kirk. McGee lofts it. He's got a man wide open. It's Everett Gilbert. And Gilbert out of bounds in Bear territory.
Well, play action to the left side. You roll out naked. You can run it if you want. He's actually got 3 receivers in the route. He's got the tight end underneath covered. You see Gilbert right there in the middle. The linebacker safety slow to get over there. Had a wide receiver deep in the pocket. First play, first down for the Bobcats.
32-yard pickup. Now Kirk and Salanoa, the freshman, the handoff to Cody Kirk. He runs left side for a couple. Kirk is 5'10", 214, a sophomore. He'll split the offensive duties with his counterpart, Trey Robinson. The offensive line is terrific. Stephen Memory got his first start last week and played well. You look at the skill positions. Akpla is an NFL-type receiver. Kirk and Robinson, as we mentioned, are 2 outstanding running backs. Call it 2nd and 9 from the Bears 41. Bobcats in the eye, handoff. Kirk running right. Turns the corner and bangs his way down to the 35. Kirk has 4 games of over 100 yards so far here in 2011. Marcus Felker anchors the defensive line. Devontae Chappell is a good-looking freshman. Clarence Bumpus is the leading tackler in the Big Sky with 88. The secondary pretty darn good. Marcel Gibbons, number 32, leads the Big Sky with 9 tackles for loss. There's Clarence Bumpus. He will be everywhere on defense. Now 3rd and 9. McGee walks up under center. Now he'll back up into the shotgun. McGee completing 62% of his passes this season. Gives to Kirk. Kirk breaks the tackle, and he's got the first down as he rumbles close to the 26. Tackled by Chooks Wake, the senior.
Just a straight dive play off the right side. It almost looks like they could run a little option. He doesn't, gives it to the running back, and he just picks his way through. Big hole. Good job by the Big Uglies up front for that first down.
Big Uglies last week accounted for 295 yards rushing against Northern Arizona and did not give up a sack. So the makeshift offensive line has been good. Now Trey Robinson checks in the backfield for Kirk. Robinson 6'1", 220. He's a banger. And Robinson crosses the 25, perhaps down to the 24. Interestingly, Denarius McGee and Trey Robinson played at the same high school in Euless, Texas. This is a team that has a good recruiting pipeline down to the Lone Star State.
Trey Robinson, they got him listed at 6'1", 221. Big running back in there right now for Montana State.
3 yards on the carry. 2nd and 7. Opening drive for the Bobcats. McGee out of the shotgun. He's got some scramble ability. Dumps it off on the screen. Robinson to the 20, to the 15, to the 10. And a marker coming in late. So the screen perfectly set up. Clarence Bumpus finally making the tackle.
Holding, offense, number 72. That's a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat, second down.
Well set up play. The offensive line just kind of getting out there in space, get a hold of a defender. That's what the penalty is called, holding. They'll move it back. But a good job of setting that play up, and a good job of getting your big back, Trey Robinson, number 7, kind of in space, and say, let's let some small corners see if he can take him off his feet.
Montana State, a big, strong, physical team. Once again, rushing for 295 yards last week against Northern Arizona, the best defensive rush team. Now another swing pass caught by Robinson. Robinson to the 25, skips to the 20. Robinson down inside the 10-yard line.
Well, he made a move at about the 22-yard line, and like we said a while ago, this kid's listed at 6'1", 220. And watch the little move. He's going to catch the little swing. He's got linemen out in front, gets that first layer off of him. Just a quick little outside move, picks up an extra 4 or 5 yards.
Elliott Dorsey ran him out of bounds, but not before he picked up 17 yards. So spot the ball at the 13 as Cody Kirk returns to the lineup in the backfield.
It's the #1 scoring team in the Big Sky, Montana State.
Nearly 38 points per game. McGee hands the ball to Kirk. Huge hole. Kirk at the 5, and he dives to the 3. What a combination of Cody Kirk and Trey Robinson. Talked to the coach this week. He says, yeah, they'll bang you. They'll hit you.
They're 10 for 10 on the season, scoring inside the red zone, which means they also have a lot of big plays, averaging 33. But good holes opening up on both sides of the offensive line for Montana State.
They'll spot the ball at the 4, so a first down still possible. Now Salanoa, the fullback, in front of Cody Kirk. Second down and 1. McGee, long count, hand the ball to Kirk. Bounces it outside, and he's tackled immediately.
And you can tell that their workhorse is Cody Kirk. I mean, he came into the game with over 700 yards rushing, 743. He has 8 rushing TDs. Not easy going right there. Tries to spin out of one tackler, doesn't get much yard, comes up with another third down. Only 1 third down so far on this drive for Montana State. They picked that one up. They got a big one right here.
Kirk 5 rushes already for 22 yards. Clarence Bumpus and Cameron Friend making the last stop. So a big 3rd and 1 here from the 4. A power formation for the Bobcats. And timeout called by the Cats.
Montana State, they're first.
So Montana State takes a break. We will too. Just under 10 minutes to go, first quarter. Montana State threatening. Really opening drive. Montana State has gone 67 yards. This will be the 9th play of the drive. Bobcats have 3rd and 1 at the 4. Bears defense digging in. Hand off to Kirk. Touchdown, Bobcats. So Montana State working the ground game. Cody Kirk, the workhorse, along with Trey Robinson, and getting some great blocking on the left side.
Well, absolutely. Start off on the right side on this drive and then back over the left side of that offensive line, and that's just way too easy. Listening a little bit to UNC and say, listen, they're just going to try to power it right down on you guys. You got to be ready. Good opening drive from Montana State.
Jason Cunningham on for the extra point. He's made 28 of 29 this season. And he knocks it through.
Well, an impressive drive, though, for Montana State. We told you they lead the Big Sky in scoring, and so your key is trying to get these guys off the field. But they did it through the air. They did it on the ground. They've got various ways to hurt you offensively.
In case you missed it, Montana State nationally ranked 3rd in the FCS coaches poll. They've got a record of 6-1, and they lead the Big Sky Conference with a 4-0 mark. They're 4-0 at home and 2-1 on the road. So this is a powerful program. under that man, Rob Ashe. As Maya detailed, the series history goes back some. Last year, a barn burner, if you like, to go to an old cliche, 37-35. And that was won by the Bobcats up in Bozeman. And that was one of the concerns for Rob Ashe coming in, not getting overconfident, making sure his team was ready to play. Well, Montana State will kick it off with Jason Cunningham. Dominic Gunn and Patrick Walker are deep. Gunn, one of the best in the country at kickoff returns. Low liner returnable, taken by Dominic Gunn. Gunn out to the 15. He's hit and dropped as he crosses the 20, and there's a penalty flag down far side.
That hole opened up for just a moment and then closed just as quickly.
So the officials sorting things out. Our referee is Greg Wilson. Let's get the call.
During the return, illegal block in the back, number 14 of the return team. That's a 10-yard penalty enforced from the spot of the foul. First down.
Hey, hold on, pad level. We don't need these motherfuckers to move.
Coach Coach Collins already a bit hot about what's going on with that call. It'll be the Bears' ball, but they'll have it at their 11. Seth Lobato makes his way out onto the field. Lobato coming off.
Well, Coach Collins really upset. He felt like the call that was already engaged with the player. The guy turned his back, and the play comes in late. Anyway, UNC will get the ball in a bit of a hole to start their first drive.
Quentin Hildreth opens as the running back. Lobato, big guy. He's got NFL size, 6'5", 221, a sophomore. Hand off to Hildreth. Not much there.
Well, you see running backs when they're dancing in the backfield, you know there's not much of a hole to run through.
Hildreth is the featured running back. He'll run behind the offensive line of Candler, Solomon, Shapiro, Anderson, no relation, and Barbiaz. And look at the skill players. Good wide receivers. Morris is a dandy, Gunn and Steele is a top-notch tight end. Well, Quentin Hildreth, number 33, flanking Seth Lobato, 2nd and 10. Lobato with time, throws, pass complete. And out across the 25 is Gunn, and a marker is in.
Now this may be going at the head of the receiver right there at the end of the play.
Gunn coming in with 15 catches.
Number 5,
12.5-yard average.
That's a 15-yard penalty enforced from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
A great job of protection because Lobato was able to just kind of sit back there and wait. Just drops it off to the receiver and watch at the end. Just kind of goes to the ground. The arm goes around the neck. In the old days, we called this a clothesline. 15-yard penalty right there on Montana State, and that helps UNC.
Spot the ball at the 41. Hildreth. Good for a yard, maybe 2. Defensively, Montana State, the top team in the conference. You look at their down linemen, their linebackers are outstanding. Jody Owens and Schreibeis on the outside. Darius Jones is their top cover corner. It's a defense leading the Big Sky Conference in points allowed. 2nd down and 9 for Northern Colorado. Lobato hands the ball to Hildreth. Don't check that. That's Robert Holland with the carry. Naa Moiakiola with the tackle.
Well, a nice job. A little trap play in the center. Shapiro, watch him get inside. He's going to end up pancaking that hole just wide open. Gives yourself a great run down the midfield.
3rd and 2. Lobato lofts it, incomplete, looking for Hildreth.
Well, the pass play set up well, but unable to execute. And the Bears will have to kick it away for the first time.
Hilder's about 5'7", 200 pounds. And I'm not sure he ever saw the football coming to him. That whole defensive pressure coming up in the offensive line. The ball got to him before he even knew it was coming.
Cameron Kamen will kick it. And Elvis Akpla, the former trackster from Oregon who transferred to Montana State. Snap is low. Akpla inside the 20, calls for the fair catch. 7:44 remaining here in the first quarter. Montana State on top, 7-zip.
down on the right side, and he just stuffs everything. You see, he's got the line. Running back has to jump over the pile, and then he's met by the other defenders. But a good job by the defensive end, or actually defensive tackle of Montana State.
Bears only averaging 63.5 yards rushing the football per game. They've got a 2nd and 10 now. Lovato steps up and dragged down number 96, Zach Minner, the heart and soul of the defensive line. He's a 6'1", 285 junior from Glendale, Arizona.
You got Minter making the play right there. Khalid, the play before stopping the run, and when your inside guys are just dominating, tough to do anything, pass or run.
So spot the ball at the 29, 3rd and 12. Bobcats leading 7-0 here in the first quarter. And a marker down.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 18, offense. That's a 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Chris Morris with the infraction. Last week, the Bears lost at Eastern Washington, 48-27. They had 3 second-half turnovers, but played pretty well. 425 yards of total offense and 20 first downs, so they can move the football. On 3rd and 17, Lovato in trouble, down he goes. That is the Sackmeister, Brad Daly. 6'1", 230 from Helena. He leads the Big Sky now with 7 sacks.
Yeah, and that's just a 4-man rush. It had a little bit of a stunt going on with the 2 inside guys, but that's a 4-man rush, forcing you and getting the sack on your quarterback. You cannot make your offensive coordinator very happy.
Cameron Kamen will punt. Sean Johnson deep to return. He's just inside his 50. Bad kick off the side of the foot, rolling out of bounds over near the 45. So Kamen hits a 32-yarder. 55 seconds to go, first quarter. Montana State 7-0.
Days are
leading Northern Colorado. Montana State wearing the white uniforms. They'll have 1st and 10 at the Bears 47. McGee on play action. Rush dumps it off. And Kirk is tackled for a big loss. A terrific defensive play by Clarence Bumpus.
Yeah, he did a great job. He's just fighting off the tackle, will not be denied. That is a very, very good defensive play by the linebacker of UNC.
Bumpus from Colorado Springs, a sophomore. He had 19 tackles in a game earlier this season, a game we had here on altitude against Weber State. So a 7-yard loss and a 2nd and 17 for the Cats. McGee throws it over the middle, and he has John Ellis, and Ellis is leveled. Number 42 there, Kyle Griffin. He's a freshman from Arvada. Colorado, 6'2", 195.
And just way too much time for McGee. I mean, he just sits back there, finally finds his receiver Ellis right across the middle. Big game, but that's just way too much time. Good job by Montana State's offensive line.
A 24-yard gain for Montana State. So that is the end of the first quarter. Montana State leads it 7-0.
Guys, stop feeling sorry for yourself. Let the Magic Man show.
The campus of Northern Colorado, the Butler and Hancock building, of course, where the Bears play basketball. We'll be talking to B.J. Hill, their head coach, as Denarius McGee scrambling, he throws the interception. It's picked off by the former Mullen star, Cameron Friend.
Well, and you see the difference from the play before, right before the second quarter. No pressure on McGee, what he does, and now all sorts of pressure. Looking to the right, can't see it, steps out of a defender right there and just throws across his body. Good job, interception, second turnover for UNC. And a chance, once again, I think important part of the game right here, early, to now put a drive together.
Rob Ash was telling us this week that the nightmare scenario is that Northern Colorado gets hot, we make a few mistakes, it becomes a high-scoring shootout, and that bad things continue to happen. A couple of turnovers. Now Northern Colorado will start. A handoff to Hildreth. No, Lobato will run. Lobato at the 30 and out of bounds at the 37. Lobato, a very gifted athlete. Ran track, played basketball. As you look at the first quarter stats.
And you finally got some positive rushing yards, and it comes from your quarterback. You got to do better in that area of the game. Turnovers, you're winning that, but look at that third down conversions also. You got to get a little better of that also.
Lobato, 408 yards last week against Eastern Washington. That's the second most in school history. Second to Nick Hankowski, who had 436 back at 83. Hildreth hit. He's got the first down. Joel Fuller meeting him head on. But the Bears will have the first down.
But a great block by Dominic Gunn, the wide receiver. Dominic Gunn was the reason they got a first down on the outside.
Well, Gunn trotting back out.
He took the cornerback off his feet.
At the 43, Bears 1st and 10. They trail 7-0. Lobato to Hildreth. And Hildreth perhaps for a couple. Jody Owens, the Will linebacker, coming up to make the tackle. He's a junior from Mesquite, Texas.
And John Ledet in there for the Bobcats on the defensive end. It was the same play they ran just a while ago on first down. This time he stays home, hand it to the guy going inside, and they only pick up a couple yards.
Ledet, a 4-year starter from Bonanza, Oregon. One of the keys to the defensive line for Montana State. 2nd and 9. Lobato will keep it, and Lobato's got a first down. I was looking at his bio last night, Scott, as I'm prone to do when I've got a lot of time on my hand. Runs a 51 flat 400-meter, triple jump 43-10. You can pick him up and put him down.
Well, he's got 153 yards rushing on the season. It's the same play we saw just a while ago. You're reading the defensive end. If he pinches inside, you pull the ball out of the running back's hands and you take it yourself. That
play seems to be working fairly well. So another first down for the Bears at the 44. Now Lobato spots a man. It's Walker, complete, out of bounds inside the 25. Patrick Walker, who came into today's game with 47 catches. He caught 14 balls last week at Eastern Washington.
Yeah, Walker coming across the field from the opposite side. That's his favorite receiver. Hits him wide open. Might have missed Stimple up the sideline wide open as well. Good design play.
Lobato 2 for 4 passing, 43 yards. He's got a first down at the 23. Bears are on the move.
Montana State that time was trying to show a blitz. UNC going to take a timeout, make sure they got the right call on.
Yeah, play clock running down. Didn't have enough time to call the play. We'll step aside for a moment. 12.5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Montana State leads 7-0, but Northern Colorado on the move.
Simeon Varlamov and your Colorado Avalanche are heading to Chicago.
Colorado, Montana State leading Northern Colorado 7-0. Hey, you want to know more about your Colorado Buffaloes? Find it here on Altitude TV. Join Maya Stark, CJ, and Joel Klatt as they take an in-depth look at your Buffs. Tune in every Wednesday night at 5 p.m. for the Black and Gold Show right here on Altitude TV. Northern Colorado Bears with a 1st and 10 at the Bobcats 23. Quentin Hildreth, the running back. Seth Lobato out of the shotgun. Lobato plenty of time. Now protection breaks down and he throws it away. Well, second down coming up.
3 receivers out in the pattern that time. Good job, Montana State, just dropping back. No one really open. Trying to feel a little pressure. Wisely just throws it out of bounds.
Bears trying to take advantage of a turnover. Montana State has committed a couple so far. On 2nd and 10. Lobato over the middle, incomplete. Pass just a bit high. Stimple couldn't grab it. Joel Fuller with the big hit.
And then the safety gets to sit back there and just, this is like
tee off.
You know, I think they have dreams about it, to be honest with you. I know John Lynch a little bit right here, and that's just a John Lynch style hit on a receiver. Just the quarterback kind of lays him out there.
Big third down coming up for Northern Colorado. The Bears just 29% on third downs this season. It's been a weak point.
You know, one of our keys before the game.
Stimple sets wide right. In the slot is Gunn. Lobato escapes. Sets. Throws. Incomplete. Lobato did a great job, but couldn't find anyone.
Well, the offensive linemen are talking to each other. That ball was snapped. There was a miscommunication on the snap count. Ball is snapped, and the right guard's not even ready for the ball to be snapped. His man almost gets in there. So once again, Lobato kind of scrambling for his life, just throws it out of bounds.
Zach Minner, the junior, had the pressure. And now a field goal attempt coming up for Dave Eden. Eden this season 6 of 8. This will be a 40-yard attempt. On the way. It is good. So the Bears get 3, and they'll take it 12-11. Remaining second quarter, 7-3 Montana State.
Price's Fast Service.
Montana State has piled up 125 yards on the ground here in the first half. And Everett Gilbert with a 6-yard touchdown run earlier. Cody Kirk had one of 4 yards. The offensive line for Montana State doing a job, and the Bobcats leading 14-3.
It didn't seem like it took him 7 plays. He got a couple runs in that, both of them first downs and a touchdown right there, obviously. But that was way easy for Montana State. #1 scoring team in the Big Sky, just under 34, 33.9. But you mentioned a while ago, Chris, you throw on top of that, Montana State also the #1 scoring defensive team, only allowing a little over 21. And if you can look at all the stats you want to look, if you can lead in scoring offense, scoring defense,
yeah, that'll usually do it.
That's all that matters.
And they've got a great kicker also. So Jason Cunningham will kick off. Walker and Gunn are deep. Walker with an opportunity, bobbles it, takes it out past the 10, 15, and out to the 20. Let's check in with Maya Starks. Maya.
Hey guys, well, UNC quarterback Seth Lobato threw for 408 yards on Saturday, the second highest single game total in Northern Colorado history. His head coach Ernest Collins Jr. is very pleased with his progress thus far.
He's getting used to it. He's starting to get comfortable with it, and hopefully that can continue. We just got to get him consistent now, because last week was really one of the first time I've seen him really comfortable in what he was doing, what we were asking him to do. He was getting the ball out, even though he was getting hit, he was getting the ball out and getting it out on time. So I'm pleased with the progress, and hopefully it can continue.
One of the things that Seth Lobato has is the confidence of this coaching staff, and that gives him a lot of freedom to go out and do what he can do. Back to you.
Lobato 57% completion, and now he'll run. And he's hit from behind, close to the first down marker. Christian Kalili from Iwa Beach, Hawaii, at 6 feet, 305.
Well, remember,
coming from behind.
Sorry, Chris. Remember, they're going from a pro-style offense to the spread stuff that's going around the college football. And that time, once again, pressure from the outside. There's a little gap on the inside. Third rush for Lobato so far in this game.
9-yard pickup. Snap is high. Lobato throws it out of bounds.
And that's a heads-up play. I mean, the ball just off his hands right there. There's nothing to do. They're trying to set up a little bubble screen to the outside. I think that was for Stifel, but instead of taking the chance, throwing it into a pile, or panicking a little bit, maybe some of that growth that Collins was talking about right there by the quarterback. Hey, throw it out. You got a short third down. Pick it up now.
Bears are 0 of 3 on third down. They have a 3rd and 1 here. Hildreth, the running back. The give is it. No, they lost the football. And Montana State has it. Kalen Schreibeis jumping on it. The bandit linebacker.
You got about a 3rd and a few inches. And you're back into the shotgun snap right there. You missed a handoff. Got on the hip. And just loses it. Hildreth was going to pull it from Hildreth, didn't pull it cleanly, and that's a massive turnover for UNC.
So set up with terrific field position are the Bobcats. They'll start at the 27, first down. Cody Kirk, the running back, who's headed for a big day. Kirk, another big hole, and he rams his way down to the 20. I mean, he's not getting touched for 5 yards, Scott. Devontae Chappell, the freshman at defensive end, making the hit.
Well, like I said, you got to give those guys up front just doing the job, pulling the defensive tackles out of position. And, I mean, look at this hole. I would say that you could even run through it, but you'd probably break a hand if you did.
I could limp through it, but not quite that fast. 2nd and 4. Cody Kirk and Salanoa, the running backs, in the eye. Lots of dialogue at the line of scrimmage. 3 on the play clock, and the ball to Kirk. And Kirk near the first down. Coming up to make a hard hit, Marcel Gibbons. And that will move the chains. Indeed, a first down.
See, just the one thing that UNC doesn't have, that kind of back like a Kirk you know, like a Robinson that got some heft to him that can just move a pile.
Robinson checks in. Trey Robinson, number 7. Gilbert is in the slot. On first down, give it to Robinson. He's hit and stacked up. Cameron Friend, one of the men there. That was good team pursuit. Of course, Clarence Bumpus always in on almost every play.
Cameron Friend's high school team was on altitude last night. He just goes up the middle, and no one's going to do what they need to do to stop him. A good job of just fighting through a tackle, gets on the running back, and they've got to have more plays like that. A win right here would be if they could force a field goal. 2nd and 13 now after a loss of 3. McGee dumps it off on the screen. Robinson gets a great block, hops over a man. He's inside the 10. Once again, Cameron Friend with the tackle. Well, Casey Dennehy's out front, and he lays a block on Friend, who gets back up and makes the play. Well set up, well executed. See, Friend gets knocked down, gets back up, makes the tackle from behind, but a little bit too late. Short distance here on 3rd down.
This season, Montana State 50% on 3rd down. Today, even better, 4 for 4. As you look at the numbers for Trey Robinson at 100 yards already. The 3rd and 1. Robinson. He might not have got there.
No way.
Marcel Gibbons, the missile coming up to make the tackle.
Well, and you see the difference between Kirk and Robinson. Robinson a little slower getting going from his running back position. Just a little slower, not as quick to the hole. And a good job by Marcel Gibbons coming in from that safety spot. And like we said, with the turnover and the short field, a little bit of a victory forcing Montana State into a field goal.
Now, Jason Cunningham was made 11 of 15. This will be a 27-yard attempt. He kicked 2 55-yarders in the win at Eastern Washington a few weeks ago. We got a legal procedure that'll back him up.
Prior to the snap, false start. Number 80 of the offense. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Coach told me that Jason Cunningham, the kicker for Montana State, got there is NFL interest. As you mentioned, the 255-yard, he's got a big-time leg. So this will be a 32-yard attempt. The snapper is Don Tudor. The holder is Rick Haluska.
But you make him have to kick it again.
On the way, plenty of leg. It is good. So the Bears turn it over, and the Cats connect on the field goal.
Seems that it is a very high point of interest.
High probability.
I'll tell you a funny story. Victor Rogers actually played for the Detroit Lions. So our first couple of years we did the show, he wouldn't allow us to talk about Detroit. Now,
Really?
now all of a sudden he wants to talk about the Detroit Lions.
17-3. Montana State putting together a short drive, resulting in the 3 points. Now Walker and Gunn will drop deep. A year ago in Bozeman, the Cats won it 37-35 on a late field goal. Today, a different story. We got 5:20 remaining here in the 2nd quarter, and the Cats with a comfortable lead. Walker, will he bring it out? No. Take a look at our FCS coaches poll. Georgia Southern, Northern Iowa, and Montana State I was told before the game that approximately 20 teams make it to the playoffs. Obviously, the automatic berth goes to the Big Sky winner. But last year, Big Sky able to get 2 teams in, Eastern Washington and Montana State. Montana State won the league and beat Eastern Washington, and yet Eastern Washington comes back and wins the national championship. So it's all about getting in.
Well, absolutely. You never know what's going to happen once you can make the playoff.
Well, Seth Lobato, 3 of 8 passing for 47 yards. He throws the slant incomplete behind Stimfel.
Well, that confidence that Ernest Collins was talking about with Maya just a while ago. Seems like Seth Lobato, he's been chased out of the pocket a couple times. He's had to run a couple times. Seems a little bit of a struggle right now, confidence-wise, throwing the football. That one just behind the receiver, never really gave him a chance to make a play.
Bears continuing in the no huddle. 4-man Russell. Lobato fires complete to Stimfel. Out near midfield.
Now that's a good throw. That was a guy sit back up in the pocket, and he had a lot of time, a little bit of a stun up front defensively from Montana State, but it was picked up beautifully. I mean, that's a perfect pocket right there. Just loads it up, throws it to Stimfel on the outside, just slips in between the defensive back and the safety.
28-yard pickup. Lobato on the run, incomplete. The pass intended for Dominic Gunn. Marcel Gibbons covering.
And Gunn was trying to make a break back as Lobato kind of got pushed out of the pocket. Was trying to break back to the ball, might have had a play on it, and then slipped and fell.
It's a great opportunity for Northern Colorado. They trail 17-3, but a touchdown to put them right back in it. They've got 5 minutes to work. And a 2nd and 10. And Quentin Hildreth, the 5'7" sophomore running back from Aurora, Colorado, flanking Lobato. Blitz, Lobato stands in, throws, incomplete. And a marker in, and that may be roughing the passer.
And I'm not so sure that it wasn't Jody Owens, a linebacker, came in on a blitz, didn't slap Lobato across the face mask and helmet.
Foul. Defense number 23, roughing the passer. That's a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
You are good.
Yep.
Did I ever tell you that?
Well, I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Montana State came with the blitz. They brought both inside linebackers in on the blitz, and it was just Owens who just came in there a little over. Aggressive at the ball been released and just slapped Lobato right across the face.
Well, the Bears get a first down via penalty. That puts the ball at the 47. So another first down for Northern Colorado, trailing 17-3. Lobato hit from behind and dropped. What an effort by Brad Daly. Now this kid came into the school 2 years ago and played well. He had a couple of sacks, a couple of block kicks, but last season he decided he didn't want to play football, and he went to work in the oil fields in North Dakota. Did that for a year and said, I'm coming back to football. I want to go back to school. And he's come back, and now he is the leading sack man in the Big Sky Conference with 7, including the one today.
Pure speed rush. Nick Candler was the guy in that left tackle position. Got to handle him again this play.
Daly after Lobato once again. The pass is complete to Hildreth. And Hildreth takes it down to the 35. Deontay Flowers, the freshman cornerback from San Diego. And we've got another marker back near Lobato.
I think this time the defensive tackle, Zach Logan, takes Lobato down late.
Defense number 97, roughing the passer. That's a 15-yard penalty tacked on to the end of the run. First down.
He's going to dump it off to the side. Yeah, that's a tough play. I mean, that right there is Brad Daly had kind of pushed the tackle in, got a little pressure, and it kind of pushed him into Logan. The official sees the quarterback go down, and I think maybe thought instead of it was Lobato back there, there might have been Tom Brady.
Montana State already 5 penalties for 55 yards. They've got a couple of turnovers, and
you got to take advantage of them.
You sure do if you're Northern Colorado. So they place the ball at the 19, 1st and 10. Bobcats show blitz, and here they come. Lobato fires. The pass is caught by Chris Morris. And he is tackled immediately by Stephen Bethley.
A little zone blitz that time by Montana State. Brad Daly's going to rush. He actually drops back into coverage. Gets it out there quick. Nice throw, nice catch. Not a lot of yards, but enough. Give yourself a 2nd and 7.
Bethley, the free safety. One time from Chino, California, a sophomore. Lots of youngsters playing in this game today for both teams.
And he slides off that tackle. That's a good open field tackle. He slides off that, you get a bigger gain.
2nd and 7 for the Bears. Lobato dumps it off. Oh, plenty of running room. At the 10, inside the 5. And Hildreth down to perhaps the 2. Jody Owens making the touchdown saving tackle.
You're going to bring that pressure from UNC's left side so much, and we're just going to throw it right behind the pressure. The wide receiver had taken the cornerback out of the play. Here comes the pressure. There's no one left over there. Linebacker slow to recognize the running back going out to the flats.
Dimitri Stempo with a terrific block. Now it's 1st and goal from the 3. Cat show blitz. Stemple. And another marker is in. Brad Daly with the hit.
This is in the hold or face max area.
Oh, come on, man.
Well, someone doesn't like the call.
Holding. Offense, number 84. That's a 10-yard penalty enforced from the previous spot. Still 1st down.
Play flag coming in a little bit late, going on the tight end, but the flag was thrown right in the middle of that pile. Funny place for the tight end, and well, you get a penalty called on you down there deep in the red zone, and then you're coming off the sideline. You want to avoid seeing any coaches.
Austin Wilbers, the former Cherry Creek star, checks in for Doug Steele. 8th play of the drive coming up. Bears have driven 77 yards in 1:41. They've got a 1st and 13. Another high snap. Trouble for Lobato. And down he goes. And he is angry.
No, he should be. He's got a hand up, but this is way above his head on the snap. Second one, we saw it. Lucky when he ran into Hildreth right there. That ball's bobbling around, that it's not actually picked off in the air.
Alex Shapiro, the center, a senior, and that shouldn't be happening at this point in the season, you would figure.
Well, we saw him Big Sky opener for UNC, and he had a couple in that one as well.
2nd down and 20 now. Bears need a big play. Lobato into the end zone. Incomplete. Pass intended for Chris Morris.
Well, I think it was Clady Bigelow, the linebacker, actually got a hand on it, tipped it, because this is going to be right in the seam touchdown. Watch 42 in the screen, right in the middle. Just gets a hand on it, jumps out, I mean, fingertip. And that's going to be a touchdown if he's not there.
Huge 3rd down now for the Bears. 3rd and goal, actually, from the 20. Lobato with time, fires a step into the end zone. Walker, touchdown Bears. Patrick Walker with the grab, his 6th touchdown catch of this season.
3rd and goal from the 20. And this is a strike. This is a strike. He lowers it. The shoulder as soon as he catches, you know he's going to get hit. Montana State will not be happy with themselves right here, but good protection, good time. A dart by Seth Lobato. Wow, that's a monster play. First 3rd down conversion, I believe, for UNC.
There is a flag down on the try.
Illegal formation. Offense, number 95. 5 men in the backfield. Replay, try for point.
It is getting a little chippy down there. With that score, and you bring it into a 1-score game, 17-10, if they can convert this extra point from another 5 yards back. Can you? I mean, it's getting kind of fun out there right now.
So let's try it again. Dave Eden.
There we go.
I'm going to tell you, he's made all 16 he's tried this year, Scott. 17 for 17. It's not as easy to do that in football as it is in basketball. Halftime.
UNC with only 3 first downs that first quarter. They've got 7 here in the second.
Kick is high and deep at the goal line, taken in by Gilbert. Gilbert, a little racing room, skips over a man and flies out to the 36-yard line. Well, Montana State will have 2 minutes and 21 seconds to crank up their offense, as Denarius McGee, the only incompletion he has today, Scott, is the interception. 9 of 10 for 119 yards.
You can almost argue that wasn't incomplete.
That's right.
Wrong team caught it.
Yeah, 8 for us and 1 for them. Now McGee. And it's intercepted. The pass too hot to handle, off the hands of Gilbert. And Elliott Dorsey comes up with it. The senior from Oakland, California. Wow, what a turn of events here.
Well, it's a little scream, but it had a little bit of juice on it behind the receiver, and a hands drill play.
So Northern Colorado will have another shot.
Dorsey with like I said, they practice those things, tip drills and all that stuff. That's a big play, and talk about momentum, jumping from one side of the field to the other.
Lobato 8 of 17, 114 yards and the touchdown. Bears have 2 timeouts remaining. Lobato pumps, and he's chased down by Schreibice and then drilled. And a marker down. Jody Owens. Schreibice stood him up, and Owens took him down.
And a flag, and I don't know if Lobato got excited or what this is going to be, but Lobato has made some solid runs. He took a helmet on the sternum right there. He turned that 9 into a 0.
Once again, Greg Wilson with the call.
After the play was over, dead ball, personal foul, number 1 of the offense. That's a 15-yard penalty. Be second down.
Ernest Collins not going to like that. Picking up the personal foul late.
Now it's Patrick Walker. Watch, he gets spun around and boom, 9 goes into 0. Rubbed all that little line right in the middle of that 9. That's a big hit right there. And then Walker coming over. Actually, it's the second guy. You see that right there? It's always the second guy. Stephen Bentley comes in and pushes Walker in the back. Walker retaliates. He's the one that gets flagged.
So that cost the Bears 15. 2nd and 25 from the 48. Lobato runs right, throws over the middle, incomplete. And we've got more flags down.
Well, just imploding right here. Right in the middle of where holding is usually called.
Chris Morris, the intended receiver. Sean Gourds, the freshman corner, covering.
Well, Nick Candler, left tackle for UNC, has his hands full with Brad Daly.
Oh, Daly comes off that edge, doesn't he?
He's fast.
Personal foul, hands to the face, number 64. That's a 15-yard penalty. Repeat, third down.
Not repeat third down. It would be third down or repeat second down.
Zach Thrall with the infraction. UNC going the wrong way. Well, they're going to spot the ball all the way back at the 37. And if the scoreboard is correct, if our graphics people at altitude are correct, it's 2nd and 40 for the Bears.
Well, nice to know that that 2-goal goes that high.
Screen pass worked earlier for the Bears. Well, we might run this again. Lobato fires and a short completion up to the 45. Patrick Walker. We mentioned that Walker last week caught 14 balls. That's the second most catches ever in a game. The great Vincent Jackson, when he was a Bear, and now San Diego Charger, had 15 in a game once upon a time. Here, Walker, that's pretty good company.
Rob Ash choosing not to call a timeout. It's a long third down.
Make it 3rd and 29, manageable. UNC 1 of 5 on 3rd down today, and it was the 20-yard touchdown.
Yeah. And they hope they got that same play can go for 29.
Yeah, DBs are off.
Well, this should be encroachment, but the right tackle moved. The defense
penalty marker on the field.
Snap.
Yeah,
False start. Offense. Number 76. That's a 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
They're going to call it on the right tackle, and he's saying, wait a minute, the defensive lineman came all the way to my side, didn't make contact, but crossed the ball on the line of scrimmage. He moved, he gets penalized, and the 3rd penalty on this short drive for UNC.
12 penalties between the two teams. We're under a minute. The Bears have 3rd and 34. I think they'd be happy to see this thing end.
Well, you'd like a completion if you're going to throw it.
Lobato, quarterback draw, has a little running room. If he gets a block, he does. And back into Bobcat territory before he's tackled by Na'a Moiakiola, another kid from Euless, Texas, part of that Texas connection. And a timeout is called.
Well, they got the ball on the 36, and they're going to be punting the ball from the 48. 2 personal fouls of 15 yards, illegal motion for 5 yards, 35 yards of penalty, just moved them backwards.
Hey, if you love college football as much as we do, we have a show for you. It's the Altitude Sports Summit. The college
here at Montana State.
I love Sonny Lubick. I used to cover some of his games when he's at Colorado State playing against San Diego State. Those were the glory days of Colorado State. Of course, they're trying to get back there now. 34 seconds remaining. It's 17-10 Montana State. And a punting situation for Cameron Kamen. Kamen gets it away. And it's into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20.
A nice punt right there. A little pressure on Kamen. If he'd kept that leg up there, might have got a roughing. They tried to block that. It goes into the end zone.
Now Montana State will have 1 timeout to work with. Of course, the Bobcats with the top offense in the Big Sky Conference. And some dangerous weapons. We'll see how they play.
Montana State trying to throw something down the field. Will they try to throw a little screen or maybe a draw to see if they can pick some yards up? Coach is telling UNC nothing behind you.
Denarius McGee, the quarterback. He'll hand the ball to Cody Kirk. And Kirk picks up perhaps a yard. Clarence Bumpus making the hit. So a game which looked like Montana State was going to run away with has turned around. There have been some penalties. There have been some turnovers. There have been some good plays by the Bears. And that is going to end the first half. The crowd enjoying the comeback. Into the locker room. Montana State will go in 17-10.
And if you're Rob Ash in Montana State, you're fortunate with the turnovers that UNC didn't take better advantage of.
All right, let's find out what the coach has to say. Let's go down to mine.
All right, Chris, well, Coach, you said earlier in the week your worst nightmare was mistakes and this becoming a back-and-forth thing. How do you calm things down?
This is my worst nightmare, right? But we just have to hang on to the ball. That's the primary thing. I mean, we've turned it over 3 times and a half. Usually we go a couple games before we turn it over 3 times. So got to get that fixed. And then the penalties are killing us. You know, on that drive, we extended the drive with 2 or 3 really crazy penalties. So, you know, we got to clean those up, obviously. But they're playing a good game. We'll have to get better.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Okay, Rob Ash, things to fix at halftime. Same with Ernest Collins. 17-10 our score. Well, stay with us. Halftime activities coming up. What's going on up here in Greeley, Colorado? All you'll want. Halftime coming up on Altitude. Stay tuned. All right, Montana State started off, Scott. Their opening drive went right down the field, and Cody Kirk banged it in off the left side.
Cody Kirk almost unstoppable there, especially in the first quarter, and really gave fits to UNC. And then all of a sudden you bring in, let's get the fast guy, Everett Gilbert. Not only can he get fast, he can fly. He scored the second rushing touchdown. Watch him just go airborne, athletic player that really made his impact in that first half. But you know what? You got to give UNC a lot of credit. They hadn't picked up the third down until now right there, and it turns into a 20-yard touchdown pass. It brings him back in the game. And you sit there and look at the score, 17-10. It's a football game. You're in it. Montana State on one hand, very fortunate that it's not 24-17 UNC right now.
Yeah, I asked the coach about his nightmare scenarios. We look at the stats, and the big number to me, Montana State's got 147 yards on the ground. At least the number I have, 143, whatever. It's a lot of yards on the ground.
Well, but it was better in the second half. I got in the second half. They did not run the ball as well. Kirk was 15 of 89 total, but he was only 4 of 17 in the second half. They struggled to run down a bit. The big key, though, is that third down conversions. We talked about it before the game. UNC has got to get Montana State off the field.
All right, big third quarter coming up as we take another look at the picturesque campus of Northern Colorado University. Back in Greeley, the Bears back onto the field. We're moments away from the start of the third quarter here on Altitude. The Bobcats are ready also. Before we get there, let's head down to the field and join Maya Starks with Coach Ernest Collins. Maya.
All right, here with Ernest Collins Jr. You got a lot of momentum. You've been taking advantage of a lot of opportunities out there.
It's about the same thing I've been saying since week 1. If we execute, we play well. If we don't play well. So we got to come out the second half and execute, and hopefully we come out on top.
What was your message at the half?
That very thing right there. Just execute, come out and play together as a team, and execute.
Seemed like you're having fun out there, though.
I'm trying.
All right. Good luck, Coach.
So a lot of Coach Collins' hopes rest on the big right arm of Seth Lobato. Of course, when you have a good quarterback, Scott, you have a chance to win any game. And I think Seth Lobato showed us something in that second quarter when he made that throw. That's an NFL-type throw, and if he can do more of that, they have a chance to win today.
It looked like late in that first quarter he struggled a little bit with his confidence, but something happened. He got a couple runs in, made a couple good plays when he had to scramble. They got a couple breaks with some penalties late in that drive. That was what Rob Ash told Maya right before halftime. And all of a sudden you saw that confidence grow in Seth Lobato, and that was a great third down throw. And both teams are lucky. I mean, let's be honest. Montana State fumbled on the 4-yard line. Could have gone in for another score, a break for UNC. UNC gets a couple balls in plus territory. They don't take advantage of it with touchdowns. Break Montana State.
An average day so far for the reigning player of the year in the Big Sky, Denarius McGee. We saw 9 of 11, 117 with a couple of interceptions. So here we go. Dominic Gunn set to return. And Jason Cunningham with the boot. It's a good one. Into the end zone. Gunn will bring it out. Gunn across the 10. Trying to find some racing room. And markers are all over the field.
Matt Baca block in the back right there. This is coming back.
Return for the Bears. Stop made for Montana State by Brad Daly. Penalty marker on the field.
Block in the back. Number 10 of the return team. That's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Is that unusual to have a reserve quarterback playing on special teams?
It seems a little bit, and he didn't really need to do it. Just pushes right there. You see the player goes down. He looks over at the official, says, yeah, come back. Two-man penalties on both teams. Montana State has 5 penalties for 55 yards. The 8th penalty right there for Ernest Collins Jr.'s UNC Bears. 8th penalty already in this game.
Yeah, Matt Baca, in case you're wondering, listed as the 3rd-string quarterback behind Dylan Orms and, of course, Seth Lobato.
But instead of getting the ball on the 34, you're taking it now on the 9-yard line.
So the Bears open up in the shotgun. Quentin Hildreth opens as the running back. Hildreth, modest numbers in that first half, and going deep on the first pass play. That's going to be pass interference, most likely against Sean Gords, the freshman. Now Gunn, the intended receiver, locked up with Gords.
Did Gunn put a hand in Gords' face as well? Watch it reach us. He's got the reach and the hold. He's actually holding the defensive back.
15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
They're going to call that, though, on the defense. The back judge makes a call on a first down and gets you out of the hole on that play.
Ernest Collins and his offensive coordinator, Michael Armour, with a big call and a big first down via the penalty. That'll put the ball out at the 23, first down.
Single coverage, let your receivers make a play.
No, he's up, he went up, he went up.
Free play, Lobato throws, Stimple's got it. Tackled after a short gain. Markers are down.
And this will probably be offsides on Montana State. Zach Minter raising his hands. Doesn't like it if it's on him. 285 pounds. He gets that momentum going. That body doesn't like to come back.
Number 96. That's a 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
This has to be the most frustrating aspect of football for coaches.
Yeah, because you can't control that.
Well, you try not to. You
Right.
tell them. And then you pick up a significant amount of penalties, which hurts your chances.
And on the one scoring drive for UNC in that second quarter, a bunch of penalties kept that drive going. Great play for the touchdown, but penalties kept them going.
Yeah, the penalties, 15 already, and the day is young. So make it a 1st and 5 for the Bears. Play fake. Lobato uncorks one, incomplete. Boy, he had Gunn underneath and Stimple behind.
Let's go, you got to set.
Yeah, and I think it'd been a better selection taking Gunn. Gunn had separation on the defensive back, Sean Gords again. But it goes over his head, looking for Stimple, incomplete.
Morris checks in. Morris, Gunn, and Stimple. Hildreth will come out.
A little confusion right now on UNC's part where to line up.
Now check it. Hildreth is going to line up split left. So an unusual formation here. Empty backfield. You got 3 wide receivers basically lined up in a slot. And the slant is incomplete.
He fired it. You got single coverage on the outside. It's a little slant to Stimple. He's got to make that play. Ball thrown a little hard, but it's right on the hands. Inside move right there, just slow getting those arms up. But if he catches it, now all of a sudden you force a play to be made by Flowers.
Deontay Flowers, the gifted cornerback from San Diego. His coach says he's going to be fabulous. True freshman playing big-time college football. So 3rd and 5 from the 28. Bunch formation to the left. Lobato with time, throws complete to Walker. And Walker out past the 45 and up to the 49. Deontay Flowers
And that's
with the tackle.
And that's the one thing Patrick Walker doesn't do. He didn't drop the ball very often. That was a perfect throw right into Walker's hands, and he's not going to drop it. Gets a little horse collar kind of at the end, but only the 2nd 3rd down that UNC has picked up now, 2 of 7.
17-10 our score. Montana State on top. Opening drive third quarter. Lobato dumps it off. Nice choice. Walker tiptoes, and he's into Bobcat territory. Now, Patrick Walker, he's a senior, 5'8", 180 from Long Beach, having a spectacular season.
And I think it's Walker's outside there. He kind of the defensive end kind of just waits a little bit to stay with Walker. Tiptoes that sideline and picks up 4.
So the Bears on the move. 2nd and 10. Toss sweep. Hildreth looking for a block. Gets one. Makes a move. He's got a first down. Before he's hit hard at the 40 by Zach Minter. The best run of the day for Quentin Hildreth.
Hildreth a little bit better in that second quarter, but still not good enough. But this one here, by far the best run of the day. Nice little move. 1 tackle, 2 tackles missed. Picks up a first down.
He put a move on number 5, Joel Fuller. So Hildreth up to 24 yards rushing. Bears get a first down. Spot the ball at the 40. Give it to Hildreth. Straight up the middle he goes. Another first down for Quentin Hildreth. Joel Fuller, Clay Bignell bringing him down.
Remember, the first 2 successful running plays we saw of UNC in that first half was fake it to Hildreth, and Lobato kept it to the outside. This time, the defensive end stays home. He hands it right up the gut for a first down.
And here's Hildreth again. Wow. The offensive line blowing some holes in the Bobcat defensive line.
And you want to fire a team up, do it by running the football. Struggled just 41 yards rushing in that first half. That's 30 already in 3 plays.
No huddle. Lobato will carry this time, and he's got 4 yards. Clay Bignell making the stop, so the fast tempo from Northern Colorado is paying some dividends here.
Well, like I said, you run the ball on a team. That not only energizes you, it deflates the opponent.
Robert Holland now checks in. He's a true freshman from Golden, Colorado. 5'11", 196. So make it 2nd and 7. The ball at the Bobcat 14. Holland behind Lobato. Blitz coming. Toss sweep. They got the red call. Can Holland get to the corner? Yes! And Holland out of bounds near the 6. But we've got a marker down.
Yeah, I think this is going to be holding.
Offense, number 72. That's a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat, 2nd down.
Marisano, the hold on the offensive lineman, and it comes in with a blitz. Montana State is blitzing. You see just 72 just kind of tackles the defensive player. A big-time penalty right there that hurts you. Instead of a first down at about the 5-yard line, 1st and goal, you're now going to be 2nd and long from the 24.
Boy, the play call was just perfect.
Yeah, it was right there.
So make it 2nd and 17. John Burnley is coming into the game, number 31. He'll stay in with Holland on a passing down.
Keep your eye on number 1.
Walker is in the slot. Lobato with time, dumps it off underneath. Burnley. And Burnley takes it inside the 15, all the way down to the 12 before he's run out of bounds by number 37, Deontay Flowers.
Done a nice job, a poor tackle on the outside. Lobato looked like he was going to go long, just whoop, let the guy go by it. Hit the air brakes Maverick and let him fly right by it.
Burnley, the fastest running back. He missed all of 2010 with injuries, came back this season, slow start, working his way back into the lineup. 17-10 Bobcats, but the Bears have a 3rd and 6. The ball at the 12. Blitz. Lobato throws incomplete. Dominic Gunn had it for a moment, but could not hold on.
But the play was almost set up like it was going to be a screen. But Gunn's just going to come across the screen right in the middle. Ball a little high, but that's a drop. That's got to be caught, and that's going to pick up a first down and maybe even score right there. 2 big drops by receivers on this drive for UNC.
So on comes Dave Eden. And he'll set up for a 30 yard attempt. And he knocks it through. So the Bears take the opening kickoff of the second half and march right down the field. And they wanted a TD, but they settled for 3.
Well, Ernest Collins Jr. has told us and talked to Maya, they have gotten better. You look at the record and you see the 0-7, you say, boy, you just really struggling, can't get things going. You see why. A couple execution things that allows you to get a field goal instead of a touchdown, and that can be the difference in kind of winning and losing some games. But a good drive to start this third quarter, and they ran the football.
Exactly. The Bears, surprisingly, and we told you at the top, they only averaged 63 yards rushing. They had 35 and 3 carries.
Well, you couldn't get your running game untracked that first half, just 41 yards. There's 8 yards, 9 yards on a first down. Then you go 2 or 3 plays right in the middle. I mean, dead straight, 10 yards, 11 yards, 10 yards, 11 yards. And all of a sudden, you're looking down, you're inside the red zone and a chance to put some points on the board.
Well, the Bears.
34 yards rushing on that drive alone. Net.
Yeah, that was some impressive work by the sometimes maligned Northern Colorado line. They were blowing out that D-line. Everett Gilbert, Sean Johnson. This will be Johnson just inside his 10. Trying to maneuver up the middle, shifts field, and he's slung down at the 27. Clay Haverty with the special teams play. Now the big question for the Bears, can they put the stops on this Montana State Bobcat offense, the top scoring offense in the Big Sky? Here's Denarius McGee now. And he'll open with Cody Kirk beside him. 17-13, Cats lead. 11-10 remaining third quarter. McGee, turn it, give it to Kirk. Kirk, big hole, first down. Cody Kirk rumbling out to the 50-yard line before Marcel Gibbons made the first hit. Bumpus coming in late.
Kirk had 89 yards rushing in that first half, but just 17 in the second quarter, and they kind of got away from him. He fumbled it early in that first quarter, but he has been solid when they've given him the opportunity, and he likes that left side of that line.
Kirk goes out, replaced by Trey Robinson. Number 14, Everett Gilbert, checks in. He'll be the deep man in the backfield now. First down from the 49. Gilbert's got it, running left side, breaks the tackle, and he's got 5 yards. For a report, let's check in with Maya Starks.
Hey guys, well, the Montana State offensive line is averaging about 287 pounds per player, and that's thanks in part to Cody Kirk. Every time he rushes for over 100 yards in a game, he buys his offensive linemen donuts. Now that's happened 4 times this year already, so these guys are very grateful. Also, Denarius McGee, if he's not sacked over the course of a game, he also buys the offensive line donuts. So they've got donuts coming all the time. Back to you.
They don't have donuts from the quarterback this week, but it looks like the running back's got to owe some donuts again too.
Cody Kirk getting very close to donuts if he doesn't have them already. 16 for 110 yards. Kirk again, and Kirk near the first down. Clarence Bumpus with the tackle. Cody Kirk is from Frenchtown, Montana. I heard someone kidding. He's the best football player ever to come out of Frenchtown, Montana.
And like you said, that run before that, the play before that put him way over the 100-yard mark.
You're talking about the donut line. And Mendoza line.
Man, to be an offensive lineman from Montana State.
The Hastings line. Give it to Kirk again. And a nifty play. Number 91, Devontae Chappell, I believe, got an early hand on him.
Gibbons may have cleaned it up, but I think Chappell came from the right side of your screen. White just gets an arm on the hand. Actually, that wasn't it. I think
that's Marcel Gibbons, number 32, hurtling in. Let's give him some credit. Trey Robinson, Ty Salano line up in the eye. 1st and 10, fake. McGee, everybody out in the pattern, throwing long, incomplete. Tanner Bluskin, the sophomore, covered by Chooks Wake.
Well, you get a shot on the quarterback late, right when he was throwing the football by Bumpus. Had plenty of time. McGee just was waiting for that receiver to come open way down the field and let him a little too much. Bumpus having another good game.
On 2nd and 10. Fake it to Robinson. McGee dumps it out of the backfield. Pass complete. That is T. Salanoa, 6'3", 250-pound freshman, with his first catch of the season. Wake with the tackle.
Wake is seeing a freight train coming out of the backfield, and what you got to do, you got to get low. He just gets low, takes him down.
Crowd getting into it. 3rd and 2, Bears digging in. Back the ball to Robinson. McGee will run for the first down. Turns the corner. Denarius McGee inside the 10. Once again, it's Chooks Wake with the tackle.
Well, McGee comes out of that run limping just a little bit. You've got the linebacker, Bumpus, chased him down, just didn't have the ankle, tried to go for the feet. But a good play. You got an injured player down on the sidelines right now.
That's the one thing that may separate Denarius McGee from a number of other quarterbacks in this league. You're talking about who's the best. This kid's got wheels. As Chooks Wake, we believe, is the injured player.
Wonderful day here, and you don't want to see any player in any game ever get hurt.
You know, I want to change that, and I don't want to speculate on who it may be. I think
He had 2 big catches on that drive.
Sure did. So kicking off is Mason Puckett. And he drills one into the end zone out of bounds. Well, this was a drive that Northern Colorado really needed, Scott.
Well, you got to make some third down conversions. They do that. You get a penalty that moves the chain a little bit afterwards. And then the great hit the air brakes and go right by, and Walker scores. But Hal Coleman, I think he's indecisive. Do I catch it? Do I knock it down? He does neither. And the concentration that Morris has to come down with that catch and bring the Bears within 3.
So the Montana State offense, led by Denarius McGee. McGee has completed 11 of 15 for 131 and a touchdown. He's also thrown 2 interceptions. The Bears energized. They'll run the option. Kirk hit and knocked out of bounds. So Cody Kirk, before that play, had 118 yards rushing and some donuts, of course, on 19 carries.
Now he's got 118 and 6 inches. Good job of just reading that option play, and then if you're a head coach watching multiple guys in on the tackle.
Well, no gain on the play. Second down. Trey Robinson in at the running back position with Everett Gilbert, who's offset left. And the ball to Robinson. And that play is well sniffed out. V.J. Holmes, the senior from Colorado Springs, number 95. Marcus Felker also there.
You got a lot of beef between Holmes and Felker over on that side, and neither one of them gave an inch. 3rd and 10 for Montana State.
Bobcats 7 of 8 on 3rd down today. Bears looking for a stop. Cody Kirk back in at the running back position. 4-man rush. McGee throws complete. But no, let's see.
Yeah, he's short.
It is complete, but he may be short.
Well, McGee doing a nice job of staying alive in that pocket. Now here is a gutsy play. 3rd and probably a short 1. Or 4th and a short 1. Do you go for it, especially where that ball is?
Akpla, the receiver, Marcel Gibbons, the tackler. I'll give you an interesting fact here. You ready for a factoid?
Yeah.
You like stuff like this. Last week at Northern Arizona, against Northern Arizona, I should say, Montana State didn't punt once. And they haven't punted today. So if they do punt, this will be their first punt since Hector was a pup.
This is like playing Madden 2012 and you're playing against your little brother and you never punt in a game. This is a gutsy call. It's a short 4th and 1, but it's on your 30-yard line. I mean, a bad snap, a missed handoff, a whatever, and you lose this. The momentum right now rests with UNC, and I know you're trying to take that back. This is a gutsy play by Rob Ash. Just watch McGee maybe going right up the middle.
4th and 1. McGee, quarterback sneak. I think he's got it. Bulldozing the pile. Working behind Sean Sampson and Stephen Memory. Casey Denny there. And a first down.
Well, they got that because he kept his feet going. I mean, look at the initial push. He wasn't there. Kept those feet churning and just inched over that first down marker. That's a gutsy play by Montana State.
25 seconds remaining, 3rd quarter. Montana State, a chance for one more play here. Bobcats lead it 24-21.
Ash going to the Belichick school right there.
In the round. Here comes John Ellis. Ellis breaks the tackle and he's nailed at the 39. And Clarence Bumpus is fired up. That is the end of the 3rd quarter. And it's a big one for the Northern Colorado Bears. We head to the 4th quarter. Bobcats leading 24-21. Montana State has the lead. That's going to be a first down. The story coming into this game, Montana State winners of 6 in a row. They're the top team in the conference, the only team that's undefeated. Northern Colorado, meanwhile, comes in. They've lost 7 in a row. As we look at the stats.
And that, yeah. And is that through 3 quarters?
211 yards rushing for the Bobcats. That has been a huge factor. But Northern Colorado's rushed the ball pretty well themselves. Denarius McGee play fake. Looking for a man, throws, and the pass is complete to Ellis. The Northern Colorado defense playing with renewed vigor. Brandon Owens making the big hit.
Comes up from that safety position, and you're going to give some yards, but you're not giving any extra yards.
Back to live, Gilbert swinging right, turning the corner. He's got a first down. Gilbert came in rushing for 112 yards this season. He's kind of a scat back, but he's got some speed to turn the corner.
Especially around that corner.
Already has a rushing touchdown of 6 yards. So the Bobcats have cranked it up a bit, and we've got markers down.
And I don't think Montana State ever got set.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 1, that's a 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Getting a little bit of hurry, trying to rush this offense just a little bit, trying to keep UNC a little bit off balance.
A good look at Rob Ash, longtime head coach in the world of football. Montana State 10 penalties for 103 yards.
Wow. Gutsy played just a while ago on that 4th and 1 on the 30.
So it's a 1st and 15. Cody Kirk, the running back. They play fake. McGee, they can't get it, and throws it out of bounds. Number 94, Lexington Smith. Or was it 91, Devontae Chappell? Yes, 91, Chappell.
Another one of those freshmen we talked about. He's in there, just left his feet on that little bit of a head fake. Just didn't allow a good shot on the quarterback, and wisely, he throws it out of bounds.
Robinson and Gilbert in the backfield with Denarius McGee. 2nd down and 15. Now Gilbert behind McGee. Looking in the flat, he's lost, throws it away, incomplete. And once again, it's the freshman, Devontae Chappell. Chappell came into this game tied for 2nd in the Big Sky with 5 sacks, and he just blew up the middle.
Now played at Northland High School here in Denver, Colorado, and it was going to be a screen that just never got set up. You want to let that deep line get in on the rush, but that was a little too quick.
So the ball at the 42. Bobcats on 3rd and 15. McGee, plenty of time now. The protection breaks down, and he is buried. Number 99, Marcus Lucas, the junior from Aurora, on top of the pile.
And that's a monster play. You get him out of the thing, and also you get him probably out of field goal range. Good job of coverage down the field, and for the first time in this game, Montana State is forced to punt.
First sack of the ball game for the Northern Colorado. Make it the 2nd sack. Scott Hastings tells me so. Rory Perez on to kick the ball away for the first time in a couple of games. Dominic Gunn is deep. Perez with a 41-yard average, and he booms one, and that'll go into the end zone for a touchback. So it'll come out to the 20.
We've got a game.
Big punt. And a 45-yard punt, I'm told by Pat Chavez. All right, we're staying right here. 12:44 to go. We're playing here in the 4th quarter, and the Northern Colorado Bears will have an opportunity. They can put something together to take the lead for the first time today.
And the Bears have been much maligned. We've talked to Ernest Collins. They're getting improved. They changed a new coaching staff, a new system. They've struggled defensively. A good defensive stand right there for the Bears. And now it's back on their offense. Can they continue to put pressure on Montana State?
See the rushing numbers by half. Montana State has piled it up, but Northern Colorado doing okay too. First play is a run to Hildreth. Down after a 1-yard gain. Hustling over was number 42, Clay Bignell, second leading tackler for this Bobcat squad. They have very active linebackers.
Yeah, they're very active, aren't they? I mean, they're not getting to the second level and chopping those linebackers and getting them off their feet. And one of the reasons UNC has struggled to get many big runs.
Bignell, a 3-year starter, also one of the captains. Now 2nd and 9. Lobato's thrown for 210 yards and a couple of touchdowns. He's got 3 wide receivers to his left. Hildreth in the flat, no. Lobato has room, scampers, and he's up near the 29 before he's wrestled down by John Ledette.
They didn't get a real favorable spot, but good job by Montana State down the field. No one open. Pressure comes, he just slips inside up the middle.
Yeah, he's got to tuck that football a little tighter. He's running like Michael Vick out there.
Big 3rd and 2 here.
Walker, Lobato's favorite receiver, is in the slot left. 3rd and 2. Blitz coming. Lobato fires, incomplete. A terrific pass breakup by Deontay Flowers, the kid from San Diego we told you about.
Yeah, that was a absolute great play. It's like a denying the wing out on the.
Well, that's the one where you got to run a half a Christmas tree, Scotty.
That was
up. So into punt is Kamen. Sean Johnson is deep.
Just didn't want a 3rd and out. Got to ask your defense to come back with another play. Oh, and he shanks it.
Kamen's going to be a short punt out of bounds near midfield. So Montana State, when we come back, is going to have great field position and a 3-point lead. On that show sometime. Every Wednesday night, 6 p.m. right here on Altitude. The handoff, Cody Kirk on 1st down, and he is drilled by Clarence Bumpus. Bumpus has taken it to the next level defensively.
And you got to be careful. You don't want to celebrate too much. That was an absolute great tackle. Form tackle right there by Bumpus. Boom. Catch the running back right in the middle of the hole and a drop for about a yard loss.
Clarence Bumpus heading for an all-star type season with the Northern Colorado Bears. He's a sophomore. Cody Kirk, the running back. He's got 123 yards rushing. He'll try for some more right here. Through a big hole. Kirk on the loose. Cody Kirk, 1 man to beat, trying to go around the corner. And he's tripped up by Courtney Hall.
You get a great defensive play the play before, and you give up 13 or 14 yards on this run. Just cuts back across the grain and showing a little bit of speed. A little ankle tackle saves that from going another 20 yards.
13-yard pickup and a good play by Courtney Hall. 24-21. Montana State with the lead, approaching the 10-minute mark, 4th quarter. Trey Robinson checks in at the running back spot. Pass is complete. John Ellis smacked out of bounds near the 30. Once again, Courtney Hall making the defensive play. Hall's diminutive at 5'7", 162. He's a freshman from Pompano Beach. And remember, with James Davis out of the game, Hall getting a lot of work. Davis injured and unable to return.
Well, this league, in the Big Sky Conference, you want a dearth of cornerbacks.
Or a plethora of cornerbacks.
Or a plethora.
1st and 10, ball at the 30 for the Bobcats. Fake to Robinson. McGee. Man wide open, running free at the 10 as Gilbert Run out of bounds, they'll say at the 10-yard line. Marcel Gibbons with the hit.
And just a good job by Montana State. They mixed in some runs, mixed up some runs, softened that defense a little bit, and then also, boom, crossing pattern by Gilbert. Gets to the edge and another first down.
Cody Kirk back in, and he's tackled from behind by Lexington Smith, number 94. Well, the Bears need a stop. We mentioned that James Davis out, and that is a big factor in the secondary. There he is. You can see him, long hair in the white T-shirt. He is on crutches. Maya Starks gave you the report, and that is a big loss. A hard tackler and a good cover man.
Well, and Zach Shea, the defensive coordinator for Northern Colorado, is going after his defense right here.
Second and goal. McGee on a rope, touchdown. Tanner Bleskin with the reception. Denarius McGee slots one.
Now Bleskin just is going to come in the middle, a little play action because you've had so much success. Just runs away from the safety, slow to get over there. That's a big touchdown for Montana State.
Bleskin's third touchdown reception this season. Denarius McGee with his second touchdown toss. So McGee has 15 touchdown throws this season. None bigger than that one. Bobcats up now by 10. 21. Montana State Bobcats on top. We play here in the fourth quarter, 8.5 minutes to go. Bobcats, 6 plays, 54 yards. And Denarius McGee, his second touchdown throw. Tanner Bleskin, the second leading receiver with the catch. And the Bobcats looking good at the moment.
I mean, that came off a 3 and out by UNC, and then just a short 26-yard punt. Kind of set,
good point.
Set Montana State up into good field position.
Well, Cunningham to kick it off. Walker and Gunn are deep. Could UNC use a return right here? Walker at the goal line. Right up the middle he goes, and he's out to the 24-yard line. Hey, hockey fans, don't miss the second game of a home-and-home series tonight. Coming up right behind us as the Colorado Avalanche travel to the Windy City looking for payback after falling to Chicago on Thursday by a score of 3-1. The 5-2 Avalanche look to continue their hot start. It all starts with Avalanche face-off at 6 p.m. Altitude Sports, your home for Colorado Avalanche hockey all season long.
And the good news for the Avalanche, they're on the road.
Yeah,
they haven't lost on the road yet.
They certainly haven't. They've played very, very well out of the gate, surprising most of the experts. So Northern Colorado first down, fake to Hildreth. Lobato trying to shake and bake, and he's tackled for a 1-yard loss. Darius Jones, the junior from Rockwall, Texas.
He went from about a 3-yard gain, tried to, as you said, shake and bake. Sometimes 6'5" lanky quarterbacks don't shake and bake as well as they need to, but gained 1.5 maybe. Probably could have had 3.
So a 2-yard pickup. Marking forward progress apparently. They'll spot the ball to 26, 2nd and 8. Lobato steps up. Now chased and down he goes. Zach Minter again.
When you got to give those defensive backs and safety of Montana State all the credit. This is a 4-man rush. This is a coverage sack right here. There's just no one open down the field. Minter just stays with the play and comes up with a big sack.
We talked about how a lot of these big defensive linemen can really run for both teams. I mean, there's a quarterback trying to escape a defensive lineman and being chased down. 3rd and 10. Lobato in trouble. Needs a block. Throws. Caught. Stifle. First down Bears. Wow. And a marker is down.
And whoever that official to that marker needs to just pick it up and say he dropped it. That was a great athletic play by a quarterback that just tried to buy as much time as he absolutely could.
Personal foul, illegal block below the waist, number 18 of the offense. That penalty will be enforced from the spot of the foul. Repeat, third down.
You get a first down, it's going to be out at about the 38-yard line. They're calling the penalty on the receiver, Chris Morris. Yeah, see him chop the corner down low.
So instead of a enthusiastic first down, they will spot the ball at the 12 of the Bears. Each team has committed 10 penalties, and each for over 100 yards. So the Bears have 3rd and a mile as Austin Wilbers comes on. Stifle and Walker will head right. Clock running at 6:20 to go, 4th quarter. Lobato throwing downfield, incomplete.
What just a costly flag for UNC. They picked up a 3rd and 10. A wide receiver, thinking the quarterback was scrambling, blocks low. They call a penalty on it. So now they're forced to punt from their end zone.
Cameron Kamen to punt. His last one just 26 yards. He could use a big one here.
Yeah.
Still time to get it done. But it's got to be a big punt and a 3 and out. That's a beauty. And we've got a marker down, and it may be roughing or running into the kicker. Northern Colorado may get a big break here, and we've got another flag in.
Now the second one's going to be on UNC. A guy taking a shot on a player after the play basically was dead. Boy, Ernest Collins is hot.
The kicker was definitely interfered with, at least it appeared. Alex Singleton getting in on the punter.
Now they were trying to block the punt. We said a while ago there was nearly a roughing call earlier. Let's see if this is offsetting or what this will be.
You have offsetting fouls. You have running into the kicker, defense number 43. We have personal foul, offense number 27. Those penalties will offset, replay, 4th down.
Well, running into the kicker would not have gotten Northern Colorado the first down. It's not an automatic first down. It's just a 5-yard penalty.
Ooh.
That looks almost...
That's like a roughing, isn't it?
Maybe with the helmet to the thigh, perhaps. So, a terrible news for Ernest Collins and the Bears. They're going to have to punt again out of their own end zone.
And the other bit, the official said 27. It was
57.
I think it was 47. Clay Haverty.
Okay.
And he just went after Trey Robinson, kind of in the middle of the field for no reason.
So another punt for Cameron Kamen. I wonder if Northern Colorado has a fake punt in the arsenal here.
For 23 yards.
They swing out 3 wide receivers to the right. Kamen kicks it away. Going to get a good bounce, I think. Yes. A great bounce taken on the fly. Running it back is Johnson. Johnson to the 40. Johnson's got room. Sean Johnson to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Bobcats. A 60-yard punt return for Sean Johnson. There is, however, a marker down.
Wow.
What else is new?
Great blocks down the field. 1, 2. When he cuts
illegal
back.
block in the back, number 26, White, on the return team. That penalty will be enforced for the spot of foul. First down.
Well, a downer for Sean Johnson, but a big break for the Bears. With 5:46 remaining, it's a 31-21 lead for Montana State. Sean Johnson, number 33. Hey, man. A 60-yard punt return negated by offsetting penalties. No, Montana State will have the ball and a 10-point lead. And you look at the penalty yard, it's 252 combined penalty yards. Wow.
A lot of grease on them flags. They're coming out awful easy in the last 2 or 3 minutes especially.
Big Sky record. This is kind of the record you don't want to share or have. Now Montana State with good field position at the Bears 45. Bears defense has to step up. Hand off Cody Kirk. And Kirk slithers through a hole and gets about 3. Let's get Kirk numbers for you. He's had a spectacular day. Marcus Felker with the tackle.
You got to believe you're going to see some more of him. More of Robinson with 5:27 and counting.
138 yards for Cody Kirk on 25 carries. Kirk stays in. 2nd and 7. Trying to wind some time off the clock. Clock running at just over 5 minutes to go. McGee hands it to Kirk. Right side, big hole, first down. Cody Kirk. Cameron Friend, one of the tacklers there. Well, when Kirk sees a hole, he's going north-south.
Well, see, we remember Robinson on 3rd down, and he got stopped behind the line. He just doesn't have that acceleration speed from handoff to hole. And that's what Kirk has shown in this game. And give credit also to Montana State's offensive line. When you got a guy dropping 147 yards right now running the football, your offensive line deserves donuts, maybe with the sprinkles on top.
Burnbank, Dennehy, Sampson, Memory, and Alex Terrian, the 5 up front. Kirk. And Kirk back to the line of scrimmage. Perhaps another tackle for Clarence Bumpus.
That time a little penetration. Then he found himself backwards and on the ground. Tried to pull from his left guard position and just got flattened by a defender.
Marcus Lucas comes on late at the left defensive end. 2nd and 11 here. Ten seconds left on the play clock. They'll run that down. Good strategy. Robinson is the running back. He's got it, running right. And a good tackle. I believe that was Jordan Bible, submarining number 30. Big play there.
About as big as Robinson's. He just still not the acceleration speed that you get from the other guy, but still a big, powerful running back that you better get low to stop.
(31-21) our score. Of course, as we've told you, Denarius McGee, Trey Robinson came from a little town in Texas, Euless, Texas. They played at Trinity High School. Actually, there are 12 Texans on this Montana State team. And I asked Coach Ash about it, and he said, in 2007, we hired this guy named Justin Gaines. And I got here, he had coached in Texas, and I gave him an assignment. I said, Justin, go down to Texas and get me some guys. And he went down there and recruited a number of outstanding football players that come out of Texas. They still have that pipeline. I asked him if Justin Gaines was still with the program. He says, no, I got 3 guys doing what he did. He was actually hired by North Texas State as one of their recruiting coordinators. But you look at this roster for Montana State, you don't think that is a natural connection. Texas players coming up to Montana State, but they've got 12, and 2 of the best are McGee and Trey Robinson. So time back in, 3:25 remaining on 3rd and 8. McGee all day to throw. Rockets, it's in. It's tipped up and nearly intercepted.
And that's the interesting play call with a 10-point lead and 3 minutes on the clock, that they step back, have the confidence in McGee to make the throw. That ball just gets tipped up by Bumpus, I believe, and nearly intercepted by Hall.
So a long-range field goal attempt here. It's going to be a 50-yarder. Cunningham's got 2 from 56 on his resume. He hits it. It's not going to get there. So the Northern Colorado Bears hold, and there is still hope in Greeleytown.
But I tell you what, Clarence Bumpus coming off the field trying to fire up this offense. You got a good starting position, but you've only got 3:15 to go. You've got to not only score, I think you got to do this quickly.
Well, you're thinking score. You have to get either a field goal or touchdown this time down, and then run the onside kick type thing. Boy, Clarence Bumpus, if you had 22 guys playing like Clarence, you'd have some kind of team. Of course, there's always the special guys that stay motivated, that don't need any kind of encouragement.
Well, and just a sophomore, and you know that this team is going to rely on him over his next couple seasons as well.
Now, can the Bears crank up their offense? The pass is complete, and Dominic Gunn takes it out across midfield. So Gunn, the junior from Aurora, Colorado. And the Bears, of course, going hurry up. They pick up 18.
Now, and he steps out of bounds, so it stops the clock. He only takes 6 yards to get those 18 yards, or 6 seconds on 18 yards.
Clock running, 3:06, 3:05, 3:04. Snap to Lobato. Looking long in the seam. He's gone! Dimitri Stemple. Lobato throwing a laser. And the Bears with yardage all the way to the 20.
Stemple dropped one earlier. This is a great catch. Reaches up, all hands, comes down with it, right to the 20-yard line in 2 plays.
Scott Hastings said the Bears needed to hurry up offense. This is it. Under 3 minutes now. A 1st and 10 at the Bobcat 21 blitz. Lobato got to get rid of it. Throws it out of bounds. Can't afford to take a sack here.
No.
So clock stops. 2nd down coming up. Lobato's had a pretty good day. At last check, well, we'll get a recent check. Pat Chavez, 20 of 36, 258 yards. Doug Strauss, our statistician today. I want to thank our entire altitude crew doing a good job. Now Lobato throws one too high. And there was a little bit of a grab late, but I don't think anybody saw it.
Well, it's an uncatchable ball, probably why they let the contact go.
Looked like Darius Jones had a paw out, number 13.
Grabs his arm as he's going down. NFL, something would have been gone, illegal contact or something. In a 3rd down situation, I would find out where Brad Daly is and put my extra protection on that guy's side.
Well, Daly lines up at left end. Schreibeis is at right end. 3rd and 10. Lobato throws incomplete. It's deflected at the last minute. Number 5 was there, Joel Fuller, but Bethley may have been in, number 28.
Yeah, and I think it's Bethley who slides over. I'm not sure anybody saw him. That ball might have been caught had it not been deflected.
So the attempted field goal will come now for Dave Eden. Now Eden has already hit from 40 and 30. And this will be well within his range at 39. Kick on the way. Yes. Oh, he missed it.
And the time, you can't miss one. You just got a break. Weber State had missed it, and they knew it right there.
So a tough miss for the normally reliable Davey.
Well, we would have seen a nice little onside kick and some serious action. Now, how risky? Rob Ash went for it on 4th and 1 earlier in this half. But how risky now will he be, or are we going to see a whole lot of Cody Kirk right now?
Cody Kirk and Trey Robinson coming up, folks. So first down from the 21.
They're bringing in a jumbo package, and Mr. Jumbo, Verlanek,
Andrew Verlanek coming in.
6'5", 6'4", 280. A little late getting in here.
For Montana State, Idaho State, that will not be easy. They have a good offense, but then at Weber and closing with Montana.
Yeah, we'll be at the Weber State game calling that one up in Ogden. Of course, that Montana game is always a treat.
What's that bar? They said that the Moon Shadows bar or something, Moon Glow. Someplace where
Ogden?
we're going someplace in Ogden. It should be fun. So on the ground, Cody Kirk rumbles out for a first down. Now, Cody Kirk having another sensational game. He ran for 142 a week ago. And he's got 157 today. He sat last year behind Lorenzo Davis. But he has really come into his own. I asked Rob Ash about him. He said he reminds me of a kid they had at Weber State, Trivin Smith. A solid workhorse-like back. But if you're going to give the most valuable player to one player today, I'm thinking Cody Kirk.
Absolutely.
How about you?
And even with that fumble he had early in the game also.
Oh, on first down. Kirk. Let's see what kind of speed he has. Kirk to the 40. Kirk trying to stay in bounds, cuts back, and he's tackled from behind.
And he's got two hands of the ball. He got by the line of scrimmage. UNC selling out, trying to make something happen. Look at everybody just crowds the line. The linebackers all get caught up in the wash. And here comes Cody Kirk, and like you said, he's going for the sideline. He's going to stop, make sure he stays in bounds.
He's got 190 yards. I don't believe that he's ever had a 200-yard rushing game, but he may get it. 1:30 remaining. If they continue to go to him, I'm going to feel the Bears defense may be worn out by now.
He's worn out too.
Yeah. Kirk takes a break, and in comes Trey Robinson.
A local Montana product. He's a nice player.
Robinson barrels into the middle of the line, and he is down to the 21. Not sure many teams have two better running backs than Cody Kirk and Trey Robinson. Yes.
You know, we've seen some teams in Weber State throw some guys out there that can really play, but these guys are two power running backs. And I think they told Cody Kirk, listen, your day's over. Well of a ball game, a lot of opportunities for both teams.
Does Cody Kirk know he's going to get an interview with Maya Starks today and be on television?
Well, if she runs over there and tells him real fast.
So now the victory formation for Montana State.
Well, let me just say this. Montana State's a very good football team. We've had a chance to see Weber State, Eastern Washington, Montana State. I think so far the best team that you and I have got to see. But Collins' team, UNC Bears, have gotten better. From the first time we saw them today, they are a better football team right now at 0-8 than they were earlier in this year.
Handshake at the middle of the field between Rob Ash and Ernest Collins. So a big win for Montana State. Rob Ash will tell you his team didn't play their best, but they get their 7th straight win. They go to 7-1, and they are now 5-0 in the Big Sky on top of the conference. Big day for Cody Kirk. We'll come back. We'll have more for you as the Bobcats get a 10-point win. The Montana State Bobcats, ranked 3rd in the nation, had their hands full today, but they do come away with a 31-21 win. Let's go down to the field. Maya Starks is standing by with today's star, Cody Kirk. Maya.
Hey, I'm feeling a little bit guilty. We took Cody away from singing his school song. You had a lot to celebrate today with 190 yards. You definitely owe your offensive linemen donuts, right?
Oh, yeah, they definitely get donuts. Who knows? Maybe something else.
Maybe a little bit extra. We said maybe sprinkles.
Maybe sprinkles. We'll see.
Well, UNC really came to play today. They had a lot of momentum going into this game. You guys played against a lot of adversity. Are these the ones that really matter, the ones when things aren't going so well and you still pull off the win?
You got to handle adversity. Coach Wright, our offensive coordinator, says you got to handle adversity. And 3 turnovers. It's a lot of adversity in the first half of a game. But we were able to come back, and not the way we wanted to win, but we won.
Late in the half, you got a 26-yard punt at that point. UNC had a lot of momentum. How much did your offense know that you really needed to convert on that when you had excellent field position?
You know, we said we just wanted to go down and march and score, and you got to. And that's the way it was. So they were marching on defense. They had some deep passes, and we just got to go in there and we got to take the ball.
Do you feel like this is one of those character wins, though, for you guys? Coach said he was afraid that you guys might come in, take them a little lightly, have some mistakes.
Yeah, you know, and that's what it was. And we just got to handle adversity, and I think it's great for our team to know that we can handle adversity and still come away with a win.
All right, I made a mistake. You actually rushed for 202 yards. Is that your first time over 200?
In college.
All right, well, great game, Cody. We appreciate you. All right, back up to the booth. Chris and Scott.
All right, the first 200-yard game rushing for the Cats since 2008 when Demetrius Crawford ran for 203 yards. Overall, the Cats rushed for 308 yards, Scott Hastings.
Woo! Well, and that's what won the game. Even with the turnovers, when they needed to impose who they are, they were able to do that.
All right, 31-21 our score. We're going to have more for you. Don't go.
You know what, those guys came out and played, and we came out on fire, and we kind of went to sleep, I guess, a little bit, but you have games like that in the season. You can't take anyone lightly, and those games are going to benefit us down the stretch, that we had adversity and that we just overcame it. So therefore, I think it was a great thing for our team.
Well, they kind of came out and they did some stuff that we hadn't seen at the beginning, but once we got back to the sideline, we kind of adjusted.